Hey folks, I'm starting to play around with a new workout strategy here. This is sort of like Veterano Plus. It's kind of more like a Good Behavior Plus, I believe it is. So what I'm doing is combining two exercises on a given day instead of just the one. And what this is supposedly, my theory is that I'm going to be hitting things a little bit more frequently, harder, but I'm only doing two working sets instead of the usual three. So anyway, you can see I'm warming up here for my push-ups because today is push-up and leg raise day. So just a general basic warm-up, got some close grip push-ups there, some arm circles, some wrist and joint things, just to kind of wake up a little bit. I've been sitting in a chair for the past couple of hours, so it's good for me to kind of mentally get myself ready, but that's about the extent of my warm-up for these. Now just a matter of getting myself psyched up. I'm kind of on an archer style where one arm is support, one arm is doing more of the work. I'm pulling inwards as much as I can, keeping my chest muscles tight. Shoulders aren't quite as tilted as they were in the past. That was always kind of a bit of an issue. That's getting a little bit better. I'm getting some more tension in my back, my upper back, and my lats is turning on a little bit more. Still not quite as much tension in the core as I would have liked, but you can only work on so many things at a time. A general rule of thumb for me has always been you should watch yourself on camera and pick out at least 5 things that you can stand to improve upon. If you look at yourself in the camera and you're thinking, yep, that's the right way to do it, nothing to improve, definitely see a coach or something, because there's always something to work on. So that was the right side. Now on the left side, getting a little bit more of a struggle. You can see I've got my feet out a little bit wider, wider stand. There we go, a little bit narrower. That usually is indicative of not as much chest and shoulder control or core control as well. So the right side is typically a little shakier as far as the push-ups go. You can see the shoulders kind of coming forward a little bit more than on the left side, but that's kind of been the case. I had a shoulder injury a number of years back, and every once in a while that shoulder's just not quite on par with the other side. So that's set 1 of push-ups. Now we have the leg raise, just jumping right on up, putting a lot more emphasis these days in upper back tension and rear deltoid activation as well. I made a video on this yesterday about how this is usually the weak link in many people's pull-ups, but it's also the weak link in a lot of leg raises, hanging leg raises as well, and it's a good way to keep you from swinging around as much. The thing I'm trying to really emphasize on my leg raises here, of course, is control. Bringing my legs up, a pause, and coming down under control. A lot of people put a swing into this, or they're kicking their legs up, and it's a very different exercise when you pull yourself up with your abs. You're pulling up your hips with your abdominals in a controlled fashion. And then we got set number 2. Little more dialed in on this one. I definitely was able to get some more tension into the chest and in the triceps. You can see I've got a little bit more control here as well. Trying not to reach forward with my chin, and definitely working on keeping my legs a little bit tighter as well. Push-ups, ridiculously complex move when you really consider all of the bits and pieces that are involved in doing a very strong, solid push-up. There's a lot to consider. There's quads, there's your shin muscles keeping tight, your glutes, your lats, your traps, your triceps. Where is the weight distributed on your hand? Are you torquing? Are you twisting? Where is the torque happening? Where is it in the range of motion? How's the shoulder tension and activation going on? There is so much with the push-up, and it's really kind of overwhelming with a lot of these exercises, but again, you don't need to fix everything or improve everything all at once. Just pick 1, maybe 2 things in a given workout to work on and just focus on that. Don't worry about, quote unquote, doing the exercise right or the correct way. There's always something to improve upon, and whenever we get trapped into the mindset of thinking, I'm doing it the right way, we stop looking for ways to improve upon it. So as long as you're improving upon your technique, that's what gets you results. No one got success by doing things right. They get results by doing things better. So don't get too hung up on the little supposed flaws or anything. As long as nothing's causing pain or any sort of injury, don't worry too much about all these little hang-ups. All right, so we're back on the leg raises here. Now, one of the things you'll also notice with my leg raises is that they lose altitude pretty quickly. They're getting higher on the first set, and then the technical erosion starts taking over under fatigue, where my legs just don't come up quite as high. That's the thing I'm working on with this, is trying to maintain a bigger range of tension in my abs, keeping a lot more height as much as I can, and that's the thing that's challenging and progressing me forward. And then I figured, let's just finish off with a couple of finisher sets. I got my suspension ropes here, just a little bit of a plank action, holding for about 20 seconds or so. Testing out a new material for my bowline trainer here. Instead of using rope, I'm using this fancy new Spectra line, which, as you can see, it's very thin, very lightweight, very portable. Although that line right there, I ordered it special from Amazon. It has 1,000-pound breaking strength. And then, what the hell, dips? Why not? Who doesn't like a good set of dips? I didn't do them on the trainer because my shoulders are feeling a little bit loose, so I figured I'll go with the standard bars here, focusing again, trying to keep the chest muscles tense, especially on the way down, full range of motion, and keeping my back tight as much as possible. So there you go. I'll be posting my other videos because tomorrow is pull-up and handstand day, and then I've got squat and bridge day after that. So let me know if you have questions, or check out more of my workout videos in the lower left-hand corner there. Talk to you guys later. Till then, be fit and live free.